Hi everyone. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, classmates. We are the group 3 and we're going to discuss about the Deontological or the Kantian ethics. Let us know who is this person. This is Immanuel Kant, the main proponent of deontological ethics. Immanuel Kant was born on April 22 in the year of 1724 and he died on February 12, 1804 with the age of 79. He was born in Königsberg, East Prussia, but they called it in the present day as Kaliningrad Oblast, Russia. He has these two works, which is related on moral philosophy, and they are the grand work of the Metaphysics of Moral in 1785 and the Critique of Practical Reason, which is in 1788. The grand work of the Metaphysics of Morals is one of the most powerful texts in history of ethical thoughts because Kant formulates and justifies supreme principle of morality that issues universal and unconditional moral commands. And the Critique of Practical Reason is the second of Immanuel Kant's three critiques. Bali mo ni siya ang nagsunod sa Critique of the Pure Reason, which is the first one. Let's proceed to his moral code. So his moral code is, in order to determine what is right, you have to use reason. So in order pala no nga makaingon ta nga tama na siya or mali, kailangan na to og reason. Or kailangan na to magamit og reason. Just like when we are correcting someone na mali man imong gibuhat, mo ni siya ang tama. So, we are using reason to correct someone. Because in our world that full of limits, reason reveals human freedom. So, we have a freedom to correct someone using reason. So that is why, in order to determine what is right, you have to use reason. Kant believed that morality and religion should be kept apart from each other because if ang religion will basing in morality, there would be a disagreement will happen. It's because different religions is nagatudlo sila na ay lahi-lahi nga way og tinudloan and lahi-lahi pud og way ang kanang pag-follow sa mga moral codes. For him manggod, in morality, naga-exist siya as something na always constant. Almost in mathematical sense, no, like 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Even we came from different religions, ang answer dyan sa 1 plus 1 equals to 2 dyan siya. Even pa we are atheists or non-believers sa God, dili dyan na to ma-change ang answer sa 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Right? Dili dyan siya pwede 1 plus 1 is equal to 11. Kaya para mag siya ha, ang moral truths is very pure, which is walay bisang isa ang exempted and excuse. Kay tungod, we are obligated to follow the moral truths. And as a person, it is our duty and also an order for us, no, order sa atua nga maging moral ta at all times and all circumstances. That is why Kant believe that morality and religion should be kept apart from each other because when we say religion manggod, dili siya universal, while the morality is universal. And that's my report. The next reporter will discuss the rest.
Good day, everyone. What are the imperatives? An imperatives is something that is defined as duty that is essential and urgent. Urgent means kanang immediate action. Like, example, I need to talk to Mr. blah blah blah. We have an urgent meeting or emergency. Imperative pod is a verb nagahatag og command, order, warning, instruction, o advice. Kant distinguish two kinds, hypothetical and categorical. Take a look at a brief comparison of both. Hypothetical imperatives. Command that you must follow if you want something. Mao ni dapat ni masundon kung nakay gusto. Ang mga bagay na dapat nimong buhaton para sa mga non-moral reason. Amo gyud siya nakakadugay dapat nga sundon kung nakay gusto nga butang. We ought to do for non-moral reasons. They are based on our desire and is based on prudence. Prudence, example ana, ang athlete who trains daily to reach his goal. Example number 2. If we want money, you ought to get a job. Siyempre, kung gusto ni magkwarta, need ni magtrabaho. Example number 3. If you want to get good grades in exam, you ought to put in effort in studying. Siyempre, tanan na magitano kay gustong dagko o grado. So, pag-study kita, dili kay magnundog kita sa katapat. Next.
So, categorical narrative. For Kant, moral commands are always categorical and not hypothetical. Kant view morality not in terms of hypothetical imperatives, but through what he called categorical imperatives. These are commands you must follow regardless of your desires. Categorical imperatives are our moral obligations, and Kant believed that they derive from pure reason. He said it didn't matter whether you want to be moral or not. The moral law is binding on all of us. Categorical is all about oath. What that is to say, one ought to do the moral law without any conditions, since it is simply done out of duty. But we made a distinction between the things we ought to do morally and the things we ought to do under non-moral reasons. He pointed out that most of the time, whether or not we ought to do something is really a moral choice. It's just contingent on our desires. Like, if your desires money, then you ought to get a job. If your desire is get an A in class, then you ought to study. Next. First formulation of categorical imperatives. The first and most famous formulation is sometimes called the formula of the law of nature. Act as if the maxim of your action were to become truth, you will a universal law of nature. Maxim, it means respect people. Mag-action or kumilos lamang ayon sa kaisipang iyo na maari mong kaparehong kalooban, parehang mong willingness. Na ito ay maging isang universal na batas. Universal law, pandaigdigang batas. Example na ko ani ka, you should not make a promise that you should intend break later. Dili ka magbuhat og promise kung imo magapon siyang i-break. Unless you're willing to have everyone else do the same. According to Immanuel Kant, there are two formulations of categorical imperative, and these are universality principle and the formula of humanity. Universality principle say that act only in accordance with the maxim truth which you can at the same time, well, that it become a universal law. This only means that if you can accomplish something, that everyone else ought to be allowed to do it as well. Second formulation of categorical imperative, so act that you are use humanity in your own person as well as in the person of any other, always at the same time as and never merely as a means. Humanity, kabaluman tanon unsa na ang humanity. Ang example na ko ani kay naaman tay different beliefs, different religion. Sa paraan ng Katolik, ang ila naman sila tinuuhan, labi na lang kumamatay, kay bawal manilhig, basta dakan na sila mga tinuuhan. Like other religion, kay dapat sila ilaing tinuuhan. Pero wala man tayo mahimo silang tinuuhan kay kita tao na atay moral, intellect, o freedom. So, we need to respect dili para sa imong kaugalingon kundi para sa imong isig ka tao. And another hand formula of humanity, we should never view people as nothing more than tools. We must protect the dignity and respect the people. In other words, insisting that one should treat others as ends rather than means. The principle of humanity requires respect and dignity for others, while the significance of fairness is the main focus of universality. Next reporter.
Universalizability. An act is considered morally good if a maxim or law can be universal. That maxim or law is made not only for ourselves but also for others as well to perform or to prohibit. Kant uses the example of lie and promise to illustrate the point of contradiction under universalizability. We can't really tell that what we're doing is ethical or unethical if one party contradicts or consider your action. Both parties should agree dapat para makonsider na morally good ang imong gibuhat. Do not kill or do not break promises or do not cheat might be example of universalizable principles. They are judgment which everyone, it could be argued, should follow. Universal judgment or principles are in a way then also impartial. They are impartial because the person who makes them will be required to judge him or herself according to the same standard by which he or she judges others. So what do you mean about universalizability? According to Kant, there is so-called categorical imperative, a framework, a procedure for what you have see right or wrong. It is the measurement of your action and a framework of what is right or wrong. For you to understand universalizability, you need to understand your subjective principle of action. We act based on how we understand the situation, and he called this idea a subjectivity of maxim. So what does it mean? Ang tao kuno naa daw categorical imperative bali na atay framework or procedure ba nga kung unsay tan-aw nimo nga sakto og dili sakto para nimo, like naa kay basis ba parehan nako na ako'y framework sa sakto og dili nya ikaw pod na po kay framework sa sakto og dili. So, kita, malihok ta based sa atong subjective na pagsabot. So, what is maxim? So, maxims, it consists of a rule that we live by in our day-to-day lives. Nga, ingon siya nga tungod kay ang tao, klase-klase man og framework, klase-klase putag maxims. Kanang balaod nga atong ginabuhat sa adlaw-adlaw sa atong panginabuhi. Itungod, we have different framework and different maxims. We are so subjective kay maxim means subjective principle of action. So, muna siya ang balaod nga atong ginadaladala sa atong kinabuhi. Muna nga nung ga-eskwela man ka. Kapoy man mo eskwela. Kapoy sa imuha. Pero sa kuha, dili. Kay malingaw man ko. Nga nung nag-entrep man ko, hasol-hasol sa kinabuhi. Hasol sa imuha, pero sa kuha, dili. Ana God, what makes us different? We have different framework or we have different maxims that we have sa atong kinabuhi.
Good day, everyone. A while ago, Munel discussed the universalizability. So this time, my task is to discuss another principle or determinants of moral imperative, which is ang person. So, we all know that respect for a person is the basic thing about how we treat people we encounter in our daily living, and persons should be treated as beings that have intrinsic value. So, like for example, kanang nakasabay sa bus or nakatapad and kanang ginapakitaan nimo siyag maayo. So, as a person or kunwari ako yung person nga imong nakasabay. So, kagipakitaan mo ko nimog maayo. So, ang ako pong ipakita sa imuha or ako pong treatment sa imuha is kanang maayo pod nga kanang way. So mo na siya ang kanang way para kanang makita sa ubang tao nga kanang naa kay respeto. So next is according to Kant, the act that is good happen only when we deal with other people, not as merely means. So, according sa iyahan, no? So, if kanang magbuhatag maayo sa atong isig ka tao, kanang dapat dili siya merely means. So, kay ang merely means mo na siya ang kanang when ang isa ka tao nagamit og kanang usagod ka tao then para lang makuha niya ang iyang gusto gikan sa kanang isa ka situation like kanang murag gigamit ra niya bang isa ka tao. So ang merely means pod mo po na siya ang kanang pagbuhat og kanang sayop. So the respect for person ingon nga kanang katuyuan og kanang paagi na siya then ug dili lang siya ingon nga paagi to serve one's end must be considered at all times. So, kanang for example, if you take advantage of someone or kanang mangawat ka sa isa ka tao, then you treat that person as a thing, as a means to your ends. So, conversely, if you treat someone as having a limited value, if you treat that person with dignity and respect, then you treat that person as an end. So, next is, in our treatment of other person, kinahanglan nato siya kanang i-keep sa atong mind, no? So, no, to treat them as mere men. So, kanang ganina gidiscuss ni Tumala ang mermen. So, kanang ang mermens or ang paagi lang due to the fact that ang matag usa sa ato kay kanang naa siya natay self-governed or kanang usa ka nato nagdumala sa ato ang mismo nga kaugalingon. So, as a human, we are free. So, free ta no as a human. So, busa, always ta maka-choose sa atong gusto o kanang as a human makahimo pud tag kanang mga desisyon with our own rational will or kanang makahimo tag desisyon kanang with kanang kabubuton jud nato nga buhaton. To quickly recap, I'd like you to remember this key point. We should always do our duty for no other reason because it's the right thing to do. And we are absolved of all responsibility for the consequence of our actions. That's bring us to the end. Thank you for your time. God bless us all.